Let's have a sesh on brand image. So brand image is the impression that potential and existing customers have of your business. The advantages of it, well, if you have a positive impression, a strong impression, well, you can think about two different time frames, the short term and the long term. In the short term, if they have a good impression of your business, well, it's likely to lead to increased sales, more sales. And if they like what they've purchased and they want more of it, well, you might in the long term get repeat sales where they come back and buy that same product over and over and over again. And if they do that and you get that repeat custom, well, then you're likely to have created brand loyalty. And if you have brand loyalty, well, you might have a product portfolio, so you sell other goods. And those customers, they then might go and buy those other goods, those other products that you sell. So you're likely to increase your sales and your revenue even further. And if you increase your sales and your revenue even further, well, you're going to increase your market share. And related to increasing your market share, well, having a brand image is likely to act as a barrier to your rivals. And again, you can split your rivals into two types. Those rivals that already exist, your current rivals, and those rivals that could potentially exist. They could become your rivals of the future when businesses decide to enter the market that you exist within. So your potential rivals. Looking at your current rivals, well, if you've got a really strong brand image, it might mean your competition, your rivals, well, they're going to have to probably lower their prices, or maybe they're going to have to increase their quality of their product to make them stand out from you. If they reduce their prices, well, that could lead to them having to reduce their revenues. And if they decide to increase their quality, well, that could lead to them having to increase their costs. So brand image can really have an impact on your competitors, on your rivals. But there's also potential rivals that you could have, potential competitors that could enter the market that you exist within. And if you have a really strong brand image, well, they might look at the industry, the market you're in, and think, I don't want to get involved with that because it's going to be really hard to take on the brand image that that particular business has. So you might actually stop competition entering the market you exist in, and that's going to help you have market share in the long term. However, with brand image, there are costs and also dangers we need to be aware of. The cons of brand image. Well, number one is that it's going to cost a lot to keep that brand image. You might need to pay for increased marketing. You might have to manage your marketing mix, those 4 Ps. You might need to have a fantastic customer service to keep your brand image, that impression, as strong as possible. In today's society, technological improvements are needed. You need to have strong E and M commerce. E-commerce, you need to have a website. Otherwise, that's going to impact your brand image, probably negatively. M-commerce, mobile commerce, you're going to need to have apps. You're going to have to develop apps to keep your brand image. And it might be a case of brand upkeep. You're not trying to improve your brand image, you're trying to keep your brand image at the strong level that it is already at. So brand upkeep. It's going to lead to increased costs, and that could have an impact, naturally, on your profits. Also, a danger and something to be very aware of, because this is a massive cost to keeping your brand image. But with reputation and with brand image, reputation, it was built up over many years, and it can be lost in an instant. And if it is lost, it's hard to rebuild. And that could mean extra costs in trying to rebuild that brand image. And that's again going to eat into your profits. Now there's application, there's some case studies that we've seen and could be questions that you could see on this. We've had Samsung, the Samsung Note 7 with the exploding phone. We've had that recently. VW with the diesel's emissions. Whirlpool with their washing machines. And the Alton Towers disaster a few years ago. These are all examples of reputation that has certainly been harmed, and therefore more marketing costs are going to have to be put in to get that brand image back to where it was or further. I hope that helps with brand image, and if you get that question in your exam, smash it. And good luck to Tony Bellew tonight.